धन्यवाद दीपक आपका. Let's shift our focus to some international news that's coming in from Iran now. The escalated unrest in Iran has received global attention amid nationwide violent protests. Protests began in Iran on December 28, 2025 against the historic fall of the Iranian currency, the Rial, and rising inflation. They have since spread to all 31 provinces of the country and continue for a 20th day. Activists claim that approximately 3,090 protesters have been killed in Iran so far. Let's take a look at the rising unrest. All right, joining us on the broadcast is my colleague Aditya Vadhavan with more on this. Aditya, obviously we're seeing these massive protests across Iran. They're entering their 20th day, and it seems that there is no sign of the protesters relenting or the government backing down. We are seeing a lot of innocent lives also being lost due to these protests, Aditya.
Well, absolutely, Shivani. Indeed, these protests in Iran are spiraling across like wildfire. And indeed, it's a very, very concerning, that approximately 3,090 protesters have been killed in Iran so far, which is being claimed by the activists, which is a significant number, Shivani. Indeed, it raises questions on how the Iranian establishment is dealing with these protests. This is not at all acceptable. Any human life lost is something of a deep concern, and it needs to be seen, from here on, how things unfold as far as these protests in Iran are concerned. And definitely, it is a very, very critical situation that is unfolding in Iran, and it needs to be seen. Now, whether US will militarily intervene in Iran or not, this needs to be seen. Shivani.
I request you to stay on with us, Aditya. Meanwhile, the head of the judiciary in Iran, Ghulam Hossein Mohseni Ejai, has said that they will rapidly sentence the protesters or terrorists, as he called them, and punish them. The actual speed of punishment is of utmost importance. So, Aditya, now we have the chief of the judiciary in Iran actually stating that they are going to protest. They are going to punish these protesters who they are actually calling as terrorists.
Well, absolutely, Shivani, definitely, if the head of the judiciary in Iran and definitely is making such statements that they will punish these protesters, because they are not, to the extent they are calling these protesters as terrorists, which is very, very serious, if you see, Shivani. Indeed, at this juncture, things are not looking very, very good as far as the situation in Iran is concerned, because so many people have been killed so far, and now definitely the regime headed by Ayatollah Ali Khamenei is considering what steps need to be taken because now these protests are being termed as terrorism in Iran by the Iranian judiciary, which is very concerning, and and as per their law, as per the law which is followed in Iran, the penalty for terrorism is death penalty. So indeed, it needs to be seen how things unfold in this scenario, considering the fact now that it's a very delicate and concerning situation developing in Iran.
Absolutely. Stay on with us, Aditya. In an update on the internet connectivity, metrics show a very slight rise in internet connectivity in Iran this morning after the 200-hour mark. However, overall connectivity remains at 2% of ordinary levels, and there is no indication of a significant return. So, Aditya, obviously the biggest concern for citizens in Iran is the communication blackout. They haven't been able to make telephone calls.